Okay, so I'm sure there's probably going to be people who are going to be like, this video's clickbait when it's not. It's not clickbait. I'm not going to be playing Ice a Horror Game in this video. I'm just going to be talking about whatever stuff that has to do with kind of that whole whatever. So it's not technically clickbait, actually. So, you know, just whatever there for if anyone's gonna be stupid. Um, I will put, I guess, I don't know, pictures or Ice the Horror Game gameplay in the background just for it's not just a blank screen, I guess, because I don't want it to be just blank, whatever, nothing's happening really. Which, I mean, I guess I still could, because there isn't really anything to look at for the video. This is more of just a video to listen to and whatever. But yeah, so I'm sure a lot of people who've like watched my videos and stuff before know, or at least you probably know, that Ice the Horror Game is some of the more popular videos on my channel. Or at least if you go to my videos tab and then you sort by most popular, you'll see a bunch of Ice the Horror Game videos. And then there's a few others that are like Minecraft and Overwatch and a couple Roblox videos and whatever. So like it's not just Ice the Horror Game that got big on my channel. There's a couple other videos here and there that kind of went up there and whatever. So there's other shit, but it's still like Ice the Horror Game on my channel kind of dominates everything else for whatever reason. It's kind of weird because the game's pretty old. So, I don't know, like it's been around since like 2012 or something. Like, I know Markiplier played it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Markiplier played it back in like 2012 or whenever that was. It was somewhere around 2012, like 2011 or 2013 or somewhere around there. So, like, it's kind of an old game. The simulator I don't think is as old, but the actual game itself is pretty old. So it's kind of weird that there's still people around to wanna play the game and whatever, and watch other people play the game and stuff. So kind of surprised by that. But like, um, people expect me to keep playing Ice a Horror Game when there isn't really anything else to play, or at least a simulator. People want me to keep making those kinds of videos when there's really nothing else to do. I don't, yeah, there's really no reason for me to play the game again. I made my few videos, they got a bunch of views. I just, like, it's time to move on because there's nothing else to do with it. Like, I'm not just gonna keep beating a dead horse at this point because there's really no reason to keep doing it. So it's kind of weird that some people expect me to keep playing it and whatever, just because it's the most popular video on my channel, or most popular videos on my channel. I did make a few videos where it's like, oh hey, jump scares and whatever, like some shorts of like jump scares, but like it's pretty much the same thing over and over again still. And it's kind of like there's really no reason to keep doing that either. So it's kind of like, don't expect me to keep making Ice the Horror Game videos. Like, those videos do get popular on my channel, but there's really no reason to play it. You'd probably get bored really fast because it would just be the same thing over and over and over again. This is not a channel that's solely focused on Ice the Horror Game. Like, that would be so horrible to do. Like, I'm not going to have that be the thing. But it's also weird that people like subscribe to my channel for Ice the Horror Game expecting me to play more Ice the Horror Game, or like, yeah, I'm guessing they expect me to play more Ice the Horror Game when I'm not going to. It's kind of just like, don't expect more, because it's not gonna happen. And also it's like, why would you subscribe to a channel if you're not gonna watch other videos? It's kind of weird. I guess, like, I'm not gonna subscribe to a channel just for like 1 or 2 videos and then never watch any other videos. Like, that would be pointless. That'd be dumb. Like, why would I subscribe to a channel just for 1 or 2 videos and then never watch it again? Like, if they don't make other videos like that, then I'm probably not gonna subscribe and watch more. Like, if I'm here for, like, unless they make other videos that are similar or other videos that I'm interested in, then it's like, sure, I'll watch those videos and I might subscribe then. But like, I don't know, if someone makes videos I'm not interested, then I'm not going to subscribe or watch more of their videos. Like, why subscribe if you're not gonna watch other videos? I could like bring up, like, I don't know, Markiplier for example, or Jacksepticeye or something. Like, when I started watching Mark, it was when he did like Slenderman videos. Now obviously he doesn't do Slenderman videos anymore. Like, he hasn't made a Slenderman video in like quite a bit. So it's like, you know, if I was only watching his channel for Slenderman, I would not be watching any of his other videos. Or like Five Nights at Freddy's. His Five Nights at Freddy's videos are some of his most popular videos. If someone is subscribed to him for Five Nights at Freddy's, like, I mean, at least with Five Nights at Freddy's, there's a new game coming out like every couple years or something like that. Like, there's, you know, there's other FNAF content that comes out and he can play whatever FNAF related thing. And, you know, I'm sure people would probably watch that then if they're only subscribed to him for FNAF content. But it's still kind of weird, like, I don't know, at least with FNAF, like, there's more games that are coming out and whatever. But, like, with Eyes of the Horror Game, there's no other content being made, so you can't really expect more. So I guess Five Nights at Freddy's isn't really a good example, because there's more games that come out each, like, maybe year or two or a few years or whatever. Even Slenderman, it's not as good of an example, because, like, yeah, you had the original Slender the 8 Pages and Slender the Arrival, but there's also a few other games that are similar that are like parody things, like Swamp Simulator and the SpongeBob one, and then there's Slendytubbies, which was Teletubbies Slender game. And so it's like, you know, they just take whatever character, like SpongeBob or Shrek or the Teletubbies, and they basically make those characters be the things that come after you in a Slender game style. So, at least with those kinds of games, like, you know, there's like parodies and fan games and whatever, kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, where it's like there's parodies and fan games, and, you know, so it's like you can just, if you wanted to make a channel kind of surrounding one thing, then you could kind of pivot and do a little bit more in other games with that kind of thing. So yeah, with Eyes of the Horror Game, it's not really like that. There's nothing really that similar to Eyes of the Horror Game. There's not really any other parodies or meme games or fan games or anything like that. Like, there's the original Eyes of the Horror Game, and then there's the Eyes of the Horror Game Simulator, which is a fan-made thing. But that's it. Like, there's the original game and one fan game. Or at least, from what I've seen, there's like one fan game. And there has been like maybe a couple Roblox things, and I played one of the Roblox Eyes of the Horror Game things. But that's Roblox, so it doesn't really count as much, I guess. And it wasn't that good anyways, like that Eyes of the Horror Game Roblox fan thing, fan recreation. You know, it wasn't the best. It wasn't horrible, but it also wasn't the greatest, so it's kind of like no one probably cares really. So it's kind of like, I don't know, but like, it's still just, why subscribe to someone just for one thing and not for, like, I know like a lot of people are subscribed to like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye for them at this point, and not really like, oh, I like this video game that they played, so therefore I'm going to subscribe to them. Like, no, people are there for them, not just for the games that they play. And I mean, there's probably some people that are there for the horror games and stuff that they play, because they play a lot of horror games, but, you know, they play a lot of horror games, so at least then it's, like, makes sense, I guess. But they have big channels, so people are probably going to be there for them the most of the time. Or at least most people are going to be there for them and not just for their content that they make. So, I don't know. I'm sure there's not really going to be anyone here that's subscribed to my channel for me, and it's more just going to be the games that I play and whatever, and the updates that I do for games, being like, hey, there's this new update for this game, whatever. So it's like, you know, that, whatever, I guess, you can, whatever, but still kind of like, I don't know. Like, if you're only here for just this one specific thing that's not going to have any more updates or any other kind of versions of it, that's kind of like, why be subscribed, I guess? Like, I don't know. Like, people, like, I don't know, people are subscribed to Mr. Beast for all the wacky things he does. It's not just like, oh, I'm subscribed to his channel just for this one video that he made. Like, they're gonna subscribe to him for more crazy things that he does, because they're interested in all the crazy things that he can do and that he thinks of. So, I don't know. But yeah, if you like horror games specifically, not just Ice the Horror Game, but like horror games in general, like FNAF or Slender, or I guess Ice the Horror Game is in there, but you know, other stuff too, then like, yeah, you can go watch my other videos, because I've made plenty of other videos that are like horror game stuff. I also made a few, I also have some other stuff that aren't horror games. Like, I've made plenty of other videos that aren't specifically horror games. So if you wanted a break from a horror game or something, or from horror game content, then you could watch some of my other videos.
No, for her,
I guess,
probably won't put her anywhere, because
yeah, I don't know. But it's kind of just
like actual
weird
game. I only played really the simulator
channel just for
I didn't really play
one thing, and that one thing isn't
the actual
really,
Ice the Horror Game enough
like,
until
you can't just make
like
500
what is
videos
it,
on
first
just that
chapter
one
that
thing.
The Witch is in, so
It doesn't
yeah,
really work like that, so not for this
I
anyways.
guess
It doesn't work
the
for
ghost
Ice the
lady
Horror
would be
Game
at the top.
specifically.
She's pretty cool.
She's pretty scary. So, yeah.
Good boy. He's
like, I was gonna
disgusting, scary,
whatever,
though,
it was some other thing,
stuff,
but I keep
so
forgetting
I feel like
what
he should
it
be
is
in the middle.
that I'm supposed to, whatever.
And then Charlie,
So,
I feel
yeah,
like he should also
I guess
be in the
I also
middle,
kind of
because
wanted to make
I mean,
some
I do
other
kinda like Charlie,
videos
but
that were kind of similar
just
to
that
whatever horror
he
stuff.
just, I don't know.
But also,
his
like, I don't know,
model,
I'm kind
I
of
feel like
still,
he needs
like,
updating.
it's
I know
probably
the
gonna take a
game,
bit to make videos
like,
that are
itself
like that.
isn't the best,
Like,
but
a lot
the
of
graphics and
iceberg
everything,
videos that people make are like
for him,
30 plus minutes.
just his mouth
So
just
like
looks
those
weird and
videos
stuff.
take a
I
lot.
think if it wasn't for
Like
his
other
mouth,
videos where you have to research a bunch of stuff,
I
like
don't know.
those can
Ursula, I
be
don't
like
really know for her.
40 minutes plus. Like,
I just
some even be like
I
2 or
don't
3
really know
hours
for her.
long. So
I guess
you know, videos that take a lot of
I could
research.
just whatever for
It's gonna be
like,
draining. So like, I don't know. I kind of want to make videos that are like that.
for
But
whatever
I'm still kind of like, I don't know.
thing, I guess, on
But,
the wiki
yeah,
or something, and then
a
I guess
lot
it's
of
like how
people
how,
make
how
like
does
horror
the game
stuff, iceberg,
use
like
certain
horror
stuff,
games
though.
or
I don't
creepy
know.
whatever stuff.
But,
Like, I don't know.
yeah,
There's a lot of different
I never played
iceberg
her
videos
She's
that
not
like,
in
there's
the
just like
simulator games. I
like
didn't
an
get to,
iceberg
play
video
her or
could be
anything,
literally about
and then also
anything. It's
the
not
game's
just scary
like
stuff.
The actual game.
Not just weird, scary, creepy horror stuff, but like literally anything.
Yeah,
like movies,
I don't
TV
know.
shows, games, whatever. Like, it could be anything.
I think
So,
I would probably just put her
it's
in
kind
the
of
middle
like iceberg
or
videos
right here or something.
pretty
I don't
much
know.
be for anyone.
Somewhere around there.
I guess, just
But,
depending on
yeah,
what the iceberg
I
is
guess
about. So
that's it there.
like, something like that would be kind of
It's
cool,
only a few
but the
minutes
video
long,
would probably be
I don't
pretty
know.
long
I
because there's
don't
so much
really
that goes
know
into
what
them.
to do for
So
the Ursula one.
yeah.
And
Anyways,
there's
I think
not
I'll end
many
this video now.
pictures. I don't know if
So
they would
yeah,
ever
anyways,
add
I guess
any
by
more
then